Hey everybody, in this video we're going to talk about low libido and cortisol. And these two things, low libido and cortisol, the stress hormone, are very interrelated. I'm Dr. Diane, I'm a libido expert, and I really work in these types of conversations to help to normalize these low libido kind of conversations, because unfortunately we are still in a state in our society, in our culture, where talking about sex is not always it's kind of a taboo topic. And where I hope to go with this video and this YouTube channel really is to help you guys understand that what we're talking about when we're talking about intimacy and libido is really tied into so much of health. So when you have cortisol is a stress hormone, but it's also an energy hormone, right? So when we're talking about cortisol, it's really important to understand that cortisol is not just about stress. It's not just about like this stress belly fat connection that a lot of people are talking about. That's true. Too much cortisol can lead to belly fat, and it is related to stress, but not enough cortisol and you would literally die, right? So the body, cortisol's there for our anti-inflammatory processes. It's there to give us energy. Cortisol is an essential backbone of healthy living, right? And so if you don't have cortisol, that's going to cause all sorts of problems. Now, one of the things is too much cortisol, too much stress, and we actually see typically for many people, libido goes down. Now, some people are the opposite. So how stress affects and how cortisol affects the libido is a unique thing. Some people get stressed and all of a sudden their libido revs up and they just get all this passion and they're just wanting to to be intimate. And for other people, that's just not the case. So we really need to understand the uniqueness when we're talking about low libido and cortisol. We really want to understand the uniqueness of how you respond. And when you understand your own uniqueness, then when you're working to raise your libido, then you can say, okay, well, if you're somebody that has a low libido and knows that stress is impacting that, then part of your libido work in raising your libido is either lowering your stress or teaching your body how to switch out of stress more easily. So one thing that can help sometimes if people are overly stressed and you're feeling the libido is low, if you realize that, then what you can do is you can start saying, okay, well, Thursday night or whatever night it's going to be, have it on your calendar, literally, and put it on as intimacy night, right? And on that night, then when you're getting ready for your intimate moment, what you ideally want to do when you're somebody that is stressed and you're finding that stress is impacting your libido, then what you can do is you can actually say, okay, well, whatever time intimacy time starts with your partner, 30 minutes or an hour before that, you start doing unwinding activities. You start doing things like taking a walk, taking a bath, maybe dancing, maybe doing some yoga, some breath work, cooking, painting, making music, something that's going to put you into a non-stress state. Another thing that can help is if you have a partner, you can communicate with this and communicate hey, when I'm stressed, one of the things if stress kind of slows down your engine, one of the things that can really help is longer foreplay. So if you can talk to your partner and say hey, I'm really stressed right now, it really will, help me if we can spend more time in foreplay to rev up my engine, and give them positive affirmation, right? It's always really good to give our partners positive affirmation around how they can help provide this, but, not make them a problem, just really show appreciation for what they do provide for us and how they show up for us. And then from there, then moving into, okay, well, maybe longer foreplay. Maybe you have an hour of foreplay, and that can start, because what foreplay often does is foreplay through touch, through cuddle, through whatever you're doing for foreplay, that will wind up oftentimes releasing oxytocin, which is a calming hormone, and that takes away some of the stress response and can sometimes start revving that libido up. So hopefully this is helpful. We'll make more videos on this topic. Please do leave any questions or comments or ideas below the video and subscribe to this channel if it's helpful. I'll see you in the next one.